Today we have the first balance patch of Summoner Sword 2024, and I heard in this one they buffed my LD5, so I'm quite excited about this one in particular. Let me know in the comment section down below what you think about this balance patch. Now let's dive right into it. Starting off with Account Girl, all of them getting nerfed with the skill 1 sleep chance down to 15% only. So as a Charlotte main for quite some time, and I love using auto cover as well, this I think is a fair nerf. That skill 1 is incredible. It is really strong. All your cover can be built on violent, and when they use a skill 1, there's a very good chance they're going to get an extra turn. And it's very unfair when other unit proc 1 turn, but let's say Laura or Charlotte can go like 4 turns very frequently in RTA, which is pretty insane. So a Cowgirl skill 1 getting a nerf is pretty fair. A Cowgirl Water Guardian Angel get a buff though. Harmful effect rate chance go up to 70%, which is actually really good for Annabelle the Water Cowgirl, but they didn't buff any other Cowgirl. They're all very good anyway, but the water one get a special buff due to the nerf. So the defense break and the slow debuff is going to be much better. So this is going to be great for all Leo Guild offense team or Arena offense team or just Annabelle lover in general, because she is going to be absolutely amazing. Panda Warrior Water Light Dragon Dance will now lose the max HP scaling in the skill 2. Wow. Water 1 get nerfed as well. I think Water 1 is pretty balanced, nothing too crazy. But the Light 1 is getting a nerf because now he will do less damage with the skill 2, hopefully. And I think that's the same for the Awakened skill as well, losing the max HP scaling in the skill 2, the AoE strip stun. But Panda Warrior Water will get a buff, so he will only consume 70% of his HP when he uses Reckless Assault. Usually, the Water Panda, when he uses skill 3, is gonna hurt him very bad as well, but now it's gonna hurt himself a little bit less, which is great. So Molong get a slight buff in the skill 3 and get a small nerf in the skill 2. I think Molong user usually care about whether they can one-shot with skill 3 and can they survive that, and then after that it's like either getting a funny stun or like a defense break. The damage will be less, but not gonna be that crazy. But because the Light Panda Warrior main damage output will be coming from the skill 2, so maybe that's gonna be a big nerf to damage. Not sure how impactful that will be, because most Panda Light Warrior will also rely on artifact to do a lot of damage, so this will not change much in that regard. So I think it's gonna still do pretty decent damage, but that is a nerf to the Tin Lang. Onimusha Light, banging head against a brick wall. Have you ever noticed that this skill name is called banging head against a brick wall? That is like every content creator trying to talk to COM2US, pretty much. Changing the skill 3 to be, if damage taken from the enemy is less than 15% of your max HP, attack the target instantly to decrease its defense for 2 turns with a 50% chance. No crit. Oh, so it's no longer using the skill 1, which is the double hit skill, but now it is a separate skill and it will break enemy defense with 50% chance. I think the skill 1 has a better chance to break defense, and with 2 hit is better for additional damage artifact. So this, I think, indirectly or directly nerf the damage of the Onimusha Revenge. Not sure how good the damage of the Revenge will be. I think Light Onimusha has been super popular in RTA, very strong unit, and he has his up and down. He used to be very crazy, got nerfed and become a little bit irrelevant for a little while, and then now still super relevant in all PvP content. He is in your arena defense, he's in siege defense and offense, he's in RTA a lot of time. He's really good. So they're nerfing the revenge defense break harmful effect rate with this kinda, and then they're nerfing the damage a little bit as well. So they're nerfing the light Onimusha too. Interesting. Mermaid Wind also get a nerf. I like these small nerf, but it shows that they know what's going on. Mermaid Wind get a nerf as well, going from removing all beneficial effect to remove only one buff on the enemy. Oh, that is interesting. I wonder if Shield Wheel is going to be enough to deal with the damage coming out from the skill 3, because the Mermaid Wind is going to be a triple hit skill with the skill 3, so the damage of the hit that actually remove beneficial effects is not that big. So if you go Shield Wheel and your shield set and the unit that is tanking the hit is very tanky, then there's a much lesser chance that a mermaid wig can actually defense break like a Lulu or a Triana or Rakuni or whatever if it's on whale shield or there's a shield set on the field and the shield is actually decent. And removing only one buff is very bad against multiple buff as well. Like if you're using Vigor, if you're using Wusa Riley against 5-star defense with Shiklet in it, then it's gonna be great against Shiklet as well. So I think this is a pretty big nerf to the Wind Mermaid, because the Wind Mermaid is literally the strongest, the most relevant random defense breaker right now in KO defense, and she's very scary. So they are nerfing the Wind Mermaid. Hopefully this will tone her down a little bit and she'll become a bit more manageable. Archangel, Fire and Dark, the healing become... Oh, it's scaled with the ally HP. I put this exact comment in my video about the Fire Archangel recently. I started using him out of fun. And he's getting a buff. So the heal will not base on his damage, because usually you will not get the optimal damage setup with the defense buff and the defense break. Usually you will hit like 5,000 and the heal is very minimal, but now the heal is gonna be great, especially when you're using it against, with Bruiser Com with a lot of HP. The Fire Archangel can heal 15% of a tanky unit, and that is gonna be a lot instead of the irrelevant heal that he used to have. That is very, very good news. Bayak Wind, Desert Wind. Oh, the 5-star guy that put dodge, so now he will deal additional damage by 5% on his HP when he attack enemy. That's about it. Wow. So just max HP scaling damage every single hit. Ignore defense, hopefully. That is pretty good. Hopefully it's going to be not so bad. If he's built with, let's say, 40k HP. Wait, if he's built with 40k HP, 5% of that is like not that bad. It's actually not that good. It's like 2k. Yeah, it's not really that good. It's okay, I guess. Indra Fire. Effect added when additionally attacking on your turn, you will silence the enemy for 1 turn. Fire Indra, I think, is a big damage guy. He's not like a debuff guy. Giving him debuff doesn't make him better. I don't know. It's kind of weird. I thought he's gonna be doing more damage, or the branding will be appearing easier so he can do more damage, but I guess he's still gonna be bad. Indra Win, damage increase in proportion to your attack speed. Isn't that literally what the passive is? The passive say deal additional damage that scale with speed that proportion to your attack speed. But now damage increase. I don't understand. What is the point of this? Does he do more damage with speed now? He was already doing that. So very vague description, classic COM2US stuff. We hope that it's gonna do more damage. I hope so. That is the weirdest thing. Like, the passive literally allow him to do additional damage that is proportionate to attack speed. So now, does that make all his damage scale with speed now? I hope he's gonna hit hard. I think that's gonna be the thing for him. Speed scaling, hard hitting damage dealer. Sea Emperor Fire, Rain of Stone. Stun chance will go up another 5%. Very nice. And instead of increase your attack bar, each enemy stunned by the attack, it goes into absorbing enemy attack bar by 10% with a 35% chance. So he multi-hit, so multiple chance to absorb enemy attack bar, and he will still gain attack bar, but this time he also decrease enemy attack bar, which is great. So Fire Sea Emperor maybe is going to come back to the meta, because not only he's going to stun you, he's going to sort of break your turn order apart and make your team bad, which is great. So maybe finally, he's going to get a different awakening. Puppeteer, all of them will lose their attack bar gain when they attack, and now heal the ally with the worst HP condition by 15%. Heal. I think Zabala has self-boost attack bar, so it doesn't need that. And the dark one is a support unit, so the heal is going to be great. I'm not sure about the other unit though. Like, the fire one and the wind one are like CC unit, debuff units, so they like the attack bar, not the healing. But now they are a healer. Zabala is just getting more utility in that one unit. He heal, he reduce your cooldown, he buff speed, he freeze the enemy, increase their cooldown. Dude, Zabala is just like insane. Puppeteer Fire will lose the attack speed and now change to silence for 1 turn. Oh, 1 turn. That is just like meaningless in this game because they're gonna violent proc out. You know they're gonna violent proc out of that. One turn silence. God, I like the speed debuff so much more. Or they can just have both. He can just have both. God, still never gonna use the fire puppeteer. I swear. I'm gonna stick with Layla for the strip into anti-cleanse and slow debuff. Way better. And Layla can also silence once in a while, which is great. Puppeteer win. Decrease the attack bar of enemy with the highest attack bar to decrease the enemy attack bar by 30%. Oh, so just random. I don't get it. Wait, it changed from decrease the enemy attack bar with the highest attack bar at the start of each turn to just decrease. Another vague description. I don't understand. So how is he going to decrease attack bar when he take a turn, when he attack the enemy? How is that going to work? I have no idea. I guess we can only find out when it actually happened in the game. Puppeteer Light will now buff 3 turn instead of 2 turn. Very, very cool. Still a very slow unit though to try to get turn 1. So not sure how it is going to be, but 3 turn is pretty good. So I think he will not have any downtime for his buff, which is crazy. Ken will now remove buff better with the skill 3. So that's going to help with the artifact dungeon and maybe dragons if you're using Ken and dragon, which is great. And that's about it. I don't think he's going to be relevant in PvP with this, to be honest. He's a great unit for dungeon. Omiyaji win. Effect added. Oh my god, they are buffing Gyo, the most annoying RNG crap. When attacking the suppressed monster, increase your skill activation rate by 20%. Oh, the defense break is 80%. So now when you're attacking someone with a karma, then it's going to be 100. Oh god, I hate this unit with a passion. Phoenix Dark. Oh my. Phoenix Dark. They remember that I exist. They remember my unit exists. Phoenix Dark. Dead target cannot be revived during the battle. Change. Oh, they're taking the anti-revive out. Thank you. We never really needed that anyway. When attacking on your turn, always crit if the target defense is lower than your attack power. Ooh. So all the Phoenix have very high base attack. It's very easy to get the Phoenix Dark attack to be really high. So I think he's gonna crit all the time in PvP now because you're gonna build speed crit damage attack with no crit rate and focus on high attack stat. And you crit all the time, which is good, I would say. So he's still... Phoenix Dark is still having that identity crisis. Are you a setup monster or are you a damage dealer? Now he's leaning... It is leaning more toward the damage dealer side because you can build more damage while not caring about crit rate. In dungeon, I'm not too sure because in dungeon, it is a setup unit, so probably not going to change anything. If you're using it for R5, you're going to keep the same build. But in RTA or Siege, you will build some sort of speed crit damage attack with high attack, and it's going to crit all the time with 0 crit rate built in it, and that's going to be great. So maybe going to be using some fun Phoenix Dark damage fun team. Dokkaebi Fire Wind Light will now heal more with the skill 2. The Wind 1 will do more damage when he lose HP. So when the Wind Dokkaebi Lord is at full HP, he tank really well. And the more he lose HP, the less he can tank, but the more damage he can do, which is great. The Light 1 will increase the critical damage by 100%, which is cool, I guess. He's still like just a very weird support unit. Dokkaebi Dark. Effect added to the passive. Remove one harmful effect granted on the enemy with the worst HP. Why are we cleansing the enemy? Is that a typo? He should be cleansing his teammate. Why is he removing harmful effect granted on the enemy? Must be a typo, okay? I strongly believe he should cleanse his teammate, I think. Dokkaebi Princess Water. Decrease damage taken from the enemy by 30% when you under inability effect change into decreased damage that allies under inability effect take by 30%. So if they are stunned, then they can take less damage. But if they're not stunned, then this unit don't even exist. The Fire one will now buff longer for Fire unit. It's still not a very good unit for the dungeon that was intended to work in, the dungeon where you farm Seal Rune, because it's just not that good. The defense break, you can't really rely on it. Instead of just using the Fire Dog that can buff attack power. When you're using the Fire Dokkaebi Princess, you are just having your run slower And it's not even that much safer because you don't know whether you're gonna have the buff at at the boss stage or not to get immunity. So it's not even that much better. The Wind Dokkaebi Princess will change to remove one buff on the enemy, absorb their attack bar, and if you successfully strip them, you absorb more attack bar. Oh wow, that is like Chiwu. So it's much better now. That is pretty good. Okay, so strip into attack bar absorption. So she can also move into a skill 2 that can buff immunity and healing, if I'm not wrong, which is also really good. Dokkaebi Princess Light will recover HP of OLI at the start of your turn, and the HP of OLIs with beneficial effect is recover an additional 10%. That's cool. I think she's like a Lulu, but worse. A lot of healing, immunity, but then Lulu cleanse, and I don't think she cleanse anything. So very hard to use. Very hard to tank as well. She's not like a tanky unit with any crazy passive. Dokkaebi Princess Dark will now increase the attack of OLIs under inability effect by 30% when your turn starts, including herself, which is great. I don't have her. Very hard to use her, I would say. She's like a conditional ragdoll, which is not exactly amazing because nowadays people rely on a lot of attack bar reduction and not actually stunning, which is sad. Vampire Wind will now have better chance to brand. That's good. And oh, they add buff block in the skill 3. Oh my god. The Vampire Wind is probably one of the only one that can deal damage that scale with debuff and also provide buff block. So that's going to be great for the Steel Fortress dungeon. If you don't have Brandia, this is going to be better than Crow because Crow doesn't provide buff block, and you need more of that to make your run safer. So I think he's going to be great. Ninetail Fox Water Wind Light Snow Snatcher will prevent enemy from removing harmful effect for 2 turns. Oh, the cleanse block for Water Wind Light and recover HP by 100% change to 50% of damage down. So they heal less, but now they block enemy from cleansing. Probably gonna see the light one in siege defense potentially. She used to be meta, but she's not meta anymore. And 1 extra debuff for the Wind Ninetail Fox. Gargoyle Water Fire Dark will now all start a battle in the statue condition. Thank you. We've been asking for exactly that for so long. Why is it only water, fire, and dark? As the wind one is really good, so maybe he doesn't get that, unfortunately. The light one is also pretty good, but I think the dark one will be a very good tank in Siege now because there's so many light damage dealer in defense. And if the dark gargoyle is in the immortal, the statue form, then he's immortal. So you can build a dark gargoyle with 0 speed. He start a battle being immortal, and the more they attack him, the more the defense break, and they reduce his attack bar, he would not die. So I think this is going to be a very big buff for the dark gargoyle because there are just so many light damage dealer in defense. So the dark gargoyle is going to eat up all of that, especially Tian Lang in turn 1 that can defense break the dark gargoyle, but he will never die, which is absolutely incredible. So dark gargoyle is gonna be the new best dark tank for Guild Siege content, and I like that. Undying Water change condition of the skill 1 to they all have new condition from critting because they all don't need to crit, so they all have a different condition now that is probably a bit easier to achieve, and all the Undying will have better healing. The water one will decrease the skill cooldown time of revive if an ally die. That's pretty interesting. I'm not sure if she's going to be a relevant reviver with this. Maybe. The fire one is going to cleanse when she used that skill 3 that can heal. Maybe the fire one is going to show up in Siege 4-star offense team for healing and tanking. And that is pretty much it. Undying Light. Oh, she now have a passive. Recover your HP by 10% and grant invincible for 1 turn on the ally with the worst HP status, excluding yourself. Oh, that sucks. So you can't really tank, but you have self-heal every turn. So she brings invincibility. Will that make her relevant for Siege offense. I'm not too sure for defense. I think one turn invincibility is not going to be that relevant, but for offense, where you can bait the AI to attack unit that has invincibility, that might be interesting. Undying Dark. So when used on a living ally, it will decrease less HP. The HP decrease will now take shield into effect, but it will give the unit a turn though, which is kind of cool. When used on living ally, grant life drain for 1 turn. But then it will decrease target HP down to 70%. Oh wait, does that... Wait, hold up. Does that mean she is just... Wait, no, she decreased more of the ally HP. Does that instantly give her like the Leo combo? Oh my. Because Leo be at 30% instantly and have life drain, so you don't even have to build Vampire for Leo. Oh. Oh my. That is just budget Viva Shell. That give the Leo life drain. Oh my. Wow, that is very interesting. Very interesting. I can't wait to see what happened. Giant Warrior Dark. Offset the incoming damage that may cause you to die. It will keep activating until you get the weapon in your hand. Oh wait, in the past it activated once per turn, so multi-hit will kill him. But now multi-hit can't kill him because it will keep activating until the rock comes back to him. Oh my, the Dark Giant Warrior gonna come back into Siege defense, I think, because you can't kill him with multi-hit now. Whoa. They are trying to shake up some fun little things in Siege right there. I can see that. Beast Monk. All Beast Monk would change base speed. Oh, 5 extra base speed. Would you look at that? Finally relevant base speed. Not 9 something. Okay. The Chandra is just getting way better. He's just way better. Like Swift Chandra actually makes sense now. And Chandra just great. The Dark one, we shall find out. Okay, we shall find out. Now he's worthy of a despair set. He's not garbage slow anymore. All Puppeteer will now have a different awakening with the recovery bonus, and Undying Light will have reduced cooldown. Oh wait, because it's a new skill, so there's no more cooldown. She just get invincibility for someone else every single turn, so she get more recovery. Leader skill of Window could be Princess will change from defense to speed. A new speed leader, 19%, would strip into attack bar absorption. So it's like a budget Chiwu. Chiwu does more damage. Chiwu is more aggressive, better speed lead. This one will be more defensive with the skill 2 that I think buff healing and immunity. That is another speed lead stripper, but this one is going to be a win unit. So it's going to die to Juno. You know it's going to die to Juno and Verd. But that is another speed lead strip AoE right there with attack bar absorption, which is kind of crazy. Leader skill of some monster will be changed. Huh? Wind Jack-o'-lantern. I thought leader skill of some monster will be changed. This is like skill error fix. Oh, another typo here. Fix an issue of the amount of shield you create on yourself being abnormal. Oh, really? Abnormally strong? Is that the problem? Change some skill description. So Windy's gonna... Oh, I thought it's gonna be a Windy nerve. Unbelievable. Windy's the same. So we got some Siege upgrade, some 4-star stuff, some Mermaid, and then we got my LD5 getting buff. I think that's gonna be interesting. Don't think it's gonna shake up any RTA thing here. RTA looks like it's gonna be literally the same. Some option getting nerfed right there. And that is... I think this feels like a Siege patch. A lot of 4-star and a lot of fun stuff for Siege, I think. Not too sure. We can never be sure because all these balance patch will really take into effect a month from now. So that is my take on the balance patch. Let me know what you think about it in the comment section down below. Very excited to try new stuff, as always. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.